So this is the end of my first full day on Route 66. And I got to tell you guys, I needed this. I was at a rut and I needed to kind of shake myself up and do something on my own and go some places where I couldn't predict what was going to happen next. And this whole day, I couldn't predict anything. I must have said, oh my God, 25 times today. Nothing was the way I thought it was going to be. So buckle up because we are going to go for a drive, ladies and gentlemen. Timmy here with the new friend in Springfield, Missouri, which is actually the birthplace of Route 66. Now, some people will tell you Chicago, but Chicago was actually added on later. The Mother Road, as they call it, was the brainchild of a man right here in Springfield. So this is the official start of Route 66. Timmy here with the new friend in Springfield, Missouri, which is actually the birthplace of Route 66. Now, some people will tell you Chicago, but Chicago was actually added on later. The Mother Road, as they call it, was the brainchild of a man right here in Springfield. So this is the official start of Route 66. It seems like, to me and my buddy, the Springfield could actually make a bigger deal about the fact it's the start of Route 66. I mean, they are super casual about it. I even went in the visitor information booth and I had to ask the woman where the library was where Wild Bill Hickok had his shootout. And she said, well, we've got lots of libraries. And I'm like, well, he didn't get shot in front of all of them, did he? And then she's like, oh, yeah, I think it's that one. And I was kind of trying to tell her. And then this other guy came in, clearly a tourist. He had the book and everything. And he started telling me where it was. So come on, Springfield, be prouder of this. I mean, this is Americana at its finest. I'm offended on behalf of the Mother Road. Yeah, this is more like it. Okay, here's the square where Wild Bill Hickok got in his first gunfight in 1865. It looks like a safe area of town to me. Cute little coffee shop. There's a library just have story hour for the kiddies. Cute park across the street. But anyway, I guess in 1865, it wasn't so cute. And Wild Bill had lost apparently his watch in a gambling debt. Somebody took it off of him in a game of poker, which that would have been bad enough. But then the guy taunted him by wearing the watch out in public. And Wild Bill was not going to stand for that. So we've had a shootout right here in Springfield. Over 150 years ago. Oh yeah, bottom line. Even though Wild Bill killed the guy over a pocket watch, he got off because apparently in 1865, taunting somebody with a pocket watch was justifiable means for homicide. Cutest store in Springfield, maybe in the world. I have no idea where it goes.
All right, it's good.
Okay, this is Eskimosi chocolate. Am I pronouncing that right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little bit. Anyway, this stuff is like legendary. It's one of the two foods that Springfield is known for.
Hey, it's good.
Okay, the first thing you notice is when you come in, it smells absolutely fantastic. And it's got a great environmentally friendly backstory too. So a disembodied voice is now going to tell you that backstory.
So our founder, Sean Eskinosi, was a defense attorney here in Greene County in Springfield. And he wanted something different to do with his life. So he traveled to Ecuador to check out a cocoa bean farm, and he fell in love with it and decided that was what he wanted to do next. So he bought this building in 2001, I believe. And we've been here for 18 years making single origin direct trade chocolate bars.
That is amazing. Okay, now I've got to ask you something. What is barrel-aged chocolate?
Yeah, that is our newest release. Our 70% Tanzania cocoa beans that were aged in rye whiskey barrels for 2 years. And then we did all of the refining process over here and turned it into a very delicious chocolate bar. This is actually our second edition of this bar. Our first edition of this bar was very popular. It won lots of awards, and so we just had to bring it back. Good.
I'm doing 3. I had to have the barrel-aged dark chocolate because you just have to, plus it was delicious. And this is the most popular, the American Spoon, which is dark chocolate and red raspberry. I mean, I don't know how you can not like that. And my favorite combo of all time is dark chocolate and orange. So hang on the header, I'm coming with chocolate for our travel. I don't know about you, But when I think Missouri, I think fine Asian dining. Not so much. Well, the second dish that Springfield is known for is a cashew chicken that was developed in right after World War II by a vet named David Leong. And he was bringing Chinese food to Missouri. It wasn't going over too well, so he kind of calmed it down and came up with a dish that had chicken fried to suit the Missouri palate, and cashews and sliced onions and oyster sauce, and it's supposed to just be really delicious. So I hit Long's Asian Diner, which is now run by David's son, went through the drive-thru. The place was doing a wild business, but I had that with me, so there wasn't any patio dining. I just picked it up and took it with me on the road. Right after that, I got back on Route 66 and headed for one of the most iconic stops. I thought it was Gary Gay's Parita Sinclair Station. Actually, it's Gary's Gay Parita Sinclair Station. I went to high school with a guy named Gary Gay. I mean, boy, did he get teased. And so I guess I just thought Gary Gay's, but it's Gary's Gay Parita. That used to be the name of the town, but the town got teased. And it's a Sinclair station. There's still Sinclair stations along the route. So it's not too far out of Springfield. It's really on the back road, behind the back road. And boy, this place was great. I was just about in despair that I wasn't going to find the Americana kitsch I really wanted, but this place has soothed my soul. George is the proprietor of this place, if you can call it that, because there's no charge. It seems to run totally on tips. And tips they must get, because there's been a steady stream of people with license plates from all over the country pulling in and pulling out since I got here. I got to tell you, this is restoring my will to live. And look at this. This place even has an honor bar. You can get ice cream, water, coffee, all kinds of snacks, and you just put the money in a glass jar. I mean, how awesome is that? I'm a little hard-pressed to tell you exactly what David Long invented. I mean, it's fried chicken, it's got oyster sauce, it's got cashews, it's got spring onions. It's tasty, but it tastes like all the other Chinese food in every strip center in America I've ever had. I'm wondering if I've been snooping. And I have to say the next leg of the trip was absolutely gorgeous. I was on pure Route 66, which was country. So I actually managed to get a signal. It was a weak signal, but I got on Nat King Cole singing Route 66. And in order to pick it up, I actually had to hold my phone outside the car window. So I'm going over these beautiful, like, one-lane bridges and all this stuff with Nat kind of singing to me. And then I started thinking, man, what if I dropped my phone out the window? Without GPS, I would be so lost I'd never be found again. After that, I wound up in what has to be the saddest town in the United States, Galena, Kansas. I stopped there because it's supposed to be the town that Radiator Springs in the Disney Cars movie was based on. You know, where Tow Mater and Lightning McQueen came from and all that kind of stuff. And so I found it. It's off the beaten path. I walked past, literally, I counted 17 boarded up buildings in a row on Main Street. And then I just stopped counting. It became, I passed two guys in a garage with the door rolled up and folding lawn chairs, just staring out to the street. And they stared at me because I was the only person moving in the entire town. But I kept walking because 118 Main Street was described as cars on Main. So I had this crazy vision that they were proud of being the town that Cars was kind of based on. So I kept walking thinking I was going to see these cute models of all the cars. And this is what I found. But I made it on to Tulsa, wound up here in the Campbell Hotel, which is super cute. It's this real old-timey hotel right on Route 66 in the university area of Tulsa. It's got a lot of super nice touches, and it's got a dog park right across the street. So Dad had been cooped up in the car all day. We went over and met the nicest two ladies, and between them they had 5 little dogs, so everybody got to play off leash in the big dog park, and Dad just had the time of his life here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At the end of every day, I'm going to have my superlatives for the day. My favorite fun fact for today is a tie. Number one, I didn't know that Phillips 66 gas, which along with the Sinclair dinosaur, you can still find at gas stations on Route 66. But I didn't know Phillips 66 was named after Route 66, which is where they tested it. And I didn't know, a la Wild Bill, that it's okay to kill somebody if they took your pocket watch off you in a poker game and then taunted you. I didn't realize that pocket watch taunting was that big of a crime. Okay, my favorite food, hands down, not even close. It was the chocolate. I mean, oh my God, this stuff, we've got to support this company. It is so fabulous. And then my favorite person was a super sweet lady in Tulsa who brought her dogs to the dog park. And we sat on the picnic tables and all the dogs played. And she told me she'd been in all 50 states. So she is like my goddess. I've only been in 47. I'm determined to knock off the last 3. But she's already been in all 50. So, hey, she's got me coming and going. And my big discovery of the trip is at one point I heard one of my favorite songs, Mary Jane's Last Dance with Mary Jane. And I'm like, oh my God, this song seems so Midwest. It seems so symbolic of what's going on. And then after a little while, I realized it wasn't Tom Petty singing it. Have you ever heard Last Dance with Mary Jane and it wasn't Tom Petty? But that seems to be symbolic. It's like my little spiritual breakthrough moment for the day, that I've got to be used to things not being the way I expect them to be, being just a little bit different and rolling with it. It was still a good song. So it's early Friday morning. I'm here in Tulsa. Stick with me. I'm going to be back on the road soon.